there a go-to for you? You know,
probably there are two
every
or three.
presidential candidate has a go-to.
Probably there are two or three. I mean, I like Bolton. I think he's tough cookie, knows what he's talking about. Jacobs is a good guy.
You mean Ambassador John Bolton?
Yes.
You
I
mean
think
Colonel Jack Jacobs?
Colonel Jack Jacobs is a good guy, and I see him on occasion.
So, Ann Guerin, you covered the State Department for some time. A presidential candidate saying they get their foreign policy advice from the Sunday shows. How does that play?
TV as a force for good, you know? Who knew? But, I mean, the idea that one of the first names he mentioned there when he did get specific is John Bolton. John Bolton is really interesting. I mean, Bolton is a very conservative but still fairly establishment Republican figure who's had some very controversial things to say in the past. He was one of the most controversial and sort of he attracted the most, absolutely the most heat and light in the Bush administration. If he's someone who Trump is actually talking to or actually listening to, I think that actually does give a clue as to some of the things he would do or say in the foreign policy realm. Yeah, I mean, he's right. The press is probably more interested in hearing the specifics of that than the voters. But to that point, I would like to hear specifically, what does he think about Ukraine? Would he actually try to expand into a NATO operation in Ukraine? What would he do beyond that with Russia? Would he try to roll back any of the arms control agreements? We don't know.
Especially regarding his tough talk on China, too, what he would do regarding currency manipulation and whatnot. Absolutely. A lot up there. Kelly O'Donnell, you're live in Iowa for us, and you just witnessed a very interesting moment for Scott Walker, a confrontation he had with a protester. I want to play this video, and we'll get you on the other side.
Again, unintimidated. I am not intimidated by you, sir, or anyone else out there. I will fight for the American people over and over and over and over again. You want someone who's tested? I'm right here.
Now, Kelly, this comes after Scott Walker's had a dip in the polls following a debate performance that many observers saw as flat. Iowa is must-win for his campaign. He was raised there. I would venture to say that probably the campaign likes to see this type of passion from their candidate.
Well, first, Luke, let me say the daily national anthem is playing now, so I'm going to drop my voice because I don't want to be disrespectful. But you're right. Scott Walker was raised for the first 10 years of his life here, and he is a professional at dealing with protesters, and you could argue it works for him. There are well-organized protesters who come in from buses in Wisconsin, his home state, of course, that are organized Democratic protesters.